All right, think about this for a second. How do you build an AI that can speak to a billion people? And I don't just mean translate, I mean really speak to them. Well, that's the huge question one Indian startup is tackling. And honestly, their answer could change the game for the entire world. Yeah, see, this isn't just about swapping one word for another. This is about creating a whole new kind of AI, one that's built from the ground up for the incredibly complex and vibrant way people actually talk in India. And the answer might not be what you think. So here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll get into the unique challenge India faces. Then we'll meet the company, Sarvam AI, and check out their tech. After that, we'll dig into why voice is such a game changer, and then, tie it all back to India's bigger AI strategy. All right, let's start with the big picture, this linguistic labyrinth that is India. Seriously, it's a communication landscape like no other place on Earth. You see, most of the big AI models out there, they're built for a world that mostly types, and mostly types in English. But in India, that's just not how it works. You've got this thing called code mixing, where people flip between languages like Hindi and English in the same sentence. It's totally natural. Plus, for a huge number of people, voice is just way easier than typing. So you can see how the standard text-based AI just completely falls apart here. But where there's a challenge, there's an opportunity, right? And that's where Sarvam AI comes in. This is a company with a really bold vision for what AI can be in India. Their whole mission, their entire reason for being, is to build AI that doesn't just, process Indian languages. It has to understand them. It's got to speak and listen and get the nuances like a local would, not like some foreign piece of software with a language pack tacked on. And this really gets to the heart of their whole philosophy. They call it sovereign AI. It's this idea that you're not just making a product in India, you're building an AI that is fundamentally for India and ultimately owned by India. Okay, so that's the big idea. But how are they actually pulling it off? What's the tech that makes all this possible? Well, let's meet the star of the show. This is Bulbul V3. And I gotta tell you, this is not your typical robotic GPS voice. No way. Bulbul is a system that's been designed from scratch to capture the very soul of Indian conversation. The pauses, the emotion, the unique rhythm that makes speech sound real and human. And look, it's not just me saying this. The tech is already getting some serious recognition from really important people. They're calling it path-breaking because it's a homegrown solution to a uniquely Indian problem. So what's under the hood? Well, these features are the direct answer to all those challenges we talked about earlier. It's built to understand that natural code mixing we mentioned. It can express real emotion, which is so crucial for good communication, and with a growing list of professional voices and support for more and more languages, it is absolutely ready to scale across the whole country. And here's the kicker. This isn't just some cool research project stuck in a lab. Sarvam is actually giving developers the tools, the APIs, the AI agents that they need to plug this incredible voice tech into the apps and services people are already using every single day. But this is about so much more than just cool tech or convenience. This is about fundamentally changing who even gets to be a part of the digital world. This slide, right here, this lays out the digital divide in India perfectly. For millions of people, especially if you're not in a big city, the simple act of speaking to your phone versus typing on it, well, that's the difference between being included and being completely left behind. Voice is the bridge that connects everyone. And this isn't some future prediction. It's happening right now. Sarvam's voice AI has already reached tens of millions of people. I mean, think about that scale. Across 28 states. The impact is real, and it's massive. So what does this look like in real life? Well, just imagine a farmer getting a weather report in their specific, local dialect, not some generic language. Or maybe a grandparent using WhatsApp to do their banking, just by talking. Or any citizen getting info on government programs without having to read a single word. This is where technology stops being a tool and starts being truly transformative. All right, so for our final piece, let's zoom back out. Let's connect all this amazing tech back to India's bigger national vision for the future of AI. See, this isn't just one company doing its own thing. Sarvam's voice-first approach is actually being held up as a cornerstone of the entire country's strategy. It's all about building a self-reliant AI ecosystem that actually serves India's unique needs. And that voice-first strategy, It hits all three of these key national goals. It powers digital inclusion by smashing those literacy and language barriers. It helps build that sovereign infrastructure because the core AI is being built in India. And it makes all these localized apps possible, apps that solve real-world problems for Indian people. So what this all comes down to is a massive shift in thinking. It's about moving away from just using or tweaking foreign tech and moving towards building foundational AI from the ground up that actually gets and reflects the nation itself. And that leaves us with one last, pretty fascinating thought. If this model, this idea of building hyperlocal, voice-first AI, if that can work for 1.4 billion people in India, what could that mean for all the other diverse, multilingual places all around the world?